Stacey's fantastic. So welcome everyone to Monday Night Ignite, our business edition right here. And this business class is going to be fantastic because we have the great opportunity to hear from my friend, World Crown Diamond, Erin Rodgers. And she loves to share the Young Living Compensation Plan, and she makes it so simple. So Erin is a mom of two. She lives in Tennessee. She and her hubby are just about ready to move in to their beautiful home, excuse me, on their beautiful acreage. And she runs a Young Living team of thousands. Excuse me. And they're all focused on creative wellness for their families. So you are going to love listening to her. And in preparation for the Believe event that is coming up this weekend that Erin is running, there are a few in-person and some virtual tickets still available, and I will put that in the chat there. So if you already have your ticket, congratulations. It's going to be fantastic. And we'll put that in there. So tonight, we have the great opportunity to hear from Erin and her great math teacher brain. If you don't know that she used to be a math teacher, but she is teaching us on the simplest compensation plan breakdown that you've ever heard. So here's Erin now.
Can't hear it, Stacy.
All right, guys, I'm super excited about this series of videos that y'all have joined me for. For those of you who have been part of just the Young Living community for a while and are looking for a place to plug in for compensation plan help, I love the comp plan. I am a total numbers geek. My name's Erin Rodgers, by the way. I'm just diving in hot because that's usually what I do on these kinds of calls. But I am a total numbers geek. I was a math major and a math teacher in a former life. Isn't that what we all have former lives, right? Some of us are like concurrently living multiple careers. For now, my career is Young Living, and then I do also the graphic design for oil supply store. But in my former lives, I was both a math teacher for several years, and prior to that, I was a pharmaceutical sales rep. So I definitely use all of that I've learned over the years to do Young Living and to help other people understand both how to use the products, the root of health issues, and how to get through that and deal with that. And then I just have fallen in love with our compensation plan. And I feel like people undervalue and understand, comprehend, I guess, what the comp plan is and what it can do for you. So my goal of this call today is to have this be the simplest compensation plan explanation you've ever heard. That's my desire. I am going to explain the comp plan for hopefully just a couple of minutes here, just give you kind of some overview and some tips on how to explain it to others as well. And then I'll take some questions from you. Now, this is just the first video in a 4-week series that I'm bringing you at this same Zoom number that you're going to be able to continue to pop into week after week. And in future weeks, you're going to find Lori Borey, who's a dear friend, a cross-line diamond friend of mine, someone that I met years ago, and just her energy and desire to help people is infectious in the good way. And she can enroll literally anyone. I mean, like literally anyone. Like she's enrolled her Uber drivers, I think like every one of them. She has been in a wreck, like been rear-ended by someone and then enrolled that person while they were waiting for the authorities to come. I mean, she literally has a gift to do this that is unsurpassed, and she can help you talk to people. She's written a book called The Harvest, which I highly recommend that you grab. You can get that at Oil Supply Store. We have it in a bundle with my book, which is called Simply Share. You can grab both of them at the same time. And we love to help people understand and thrive in their Young Living businesses. So Without further ado, I'm going to talk to you guys about compensation plan today. I'm going to get a little marker situation going. I got a little whiteboard because this is how I operate. For those of you who are on my team and have been around for a while, then you might even remember back in the day when I used to do everything on, I would pick up a notebook and I would chart it all out on a notebook. Or I've used paper flip charts on some videos. I just love having the ability to do this for you guys in a way that is visual and simple. You don't need PowerPoint to explain the Young Living business to someone. You don't need, you don't have to have the books. You don't have to have all of that. But you absolutely have the ability to use simple tools at your fingertips to help people understand not just the power of our oils and all of that, but also how to do this kind of stuff, the numbers. And I will say, before I break this down to start with, the numbers of Young Living, meaning the compensation plan of Young Living, is often overcomplicated. Because of that, some of us are wired, and I'm not wired this way, so some of you are wired this way, but I know lots of people who are wired where they are all in until they have a question, and if that question does not get answered, they cannot take a step forward into the next stage of growth for their business. And so if they are like, I just don't understand what a fast start bonus is, or what unilevel is, or I'm trying to build my team to star, but I'm really confused about this bonus that I'm going to get when I'm a silver. And until I can understand that, that is not a current and pressing issue, but I don't know it, I'm not moving. I'm just going to stay right here where I'm at, because if I don't have all the answers, then I can't move forward. Sometimes people feel that way because they're like, you know, I just needed to have the landscape of where I'm headed. Other times you feel that way because you're afraid someone's going to ask you a question that you don't have the answer for. And I completely understand that. But I want to tell you one thing I've learned over the nearly 9 years of growing a team with Young Living is that when you don't have the answer, you have the opportunity to model for other people what you want them later to be able to do on their own, which is to figure it out. And if you're waiting until you have all the information, then when somebody brings you a question, you become the answer person who always has the answer, who always has all the information, and someone else is going to look at you and go, yeah, I can't ever do that. I will never know all of that. I don't have time to learn it all. It's just not going to happen. It's great for you. You clearly have spent a lot of time on this, but I could never do what you are doing. And if we are in business to do any one thing, friends, whether we are looking at this from a building a team perspective, or we are looking at this from the perspective of just simply helping people get product into their home, what we need to be seeking at every level, at every step of this, is creating opportunities for people to go, oh yeah, I can do that. Whether that is filling their diffuser, or it is making a roller bottle, or whether it is, you know, figuring out how to create a supplement routine, or whatever. Sometimes we, I'll just say me, get a little like, oh, let me show you how. I'm your teacher for this. I got the skills. I've learned it. I'm going to do it. And in doing that, we make the task feel so unapproachable that a new person is never going to ask about the business of Young Living, because they've seen us be so perfect. That does not feel attainable. So your goal is to set up situations where people go, hey, can you help explain to me this bizarre part of the compensation plan, or this, you know, bonus that existed 4 years ago that's not still here, but I saw it in a video and I feel like I need the answer to it. They don't need the answer to it, but people are going to bring you these kinds of questions. And if you're like, I don't know, let me see if I can find out, or if it even matters. And then you show them. So what I did is I hopped into our team's Facebook group and I searched like this. And here's the response that I got. It's, for example, let me just give you a really practical example of this. I had someone reach out to me recently. It was a customer, and they reached out to me recently. They're in my team's Facebook group, which has been around since 2015. There are easily 10, 15, 20,000 posts in that group. I mean, it is like a freaking database at this point, right? And so, you know, she's in this group, and she said it was like, hey, so how should I use Endoflex? Okay. Now, if y'all follow me on social media, you've seen me kind of pet peeve about people who dismiss those kinds of questions. Like, I don't have time for that. No, no, no. You do have time for that. It's your job. You've set yourself up in a way to have people trust you and come to you with questions, but how you answer that question and how you bring them that information is going to determine how they will approach you with the next question. And so literally for this chick, what I did is I went into my team's Facebook group. I searched for, I think it was Endoflex. I searched for Endoflex and the results came up, and I took a screenshot of the results page, messaged it back to her, but I had like used the little pen tool, you know, and I like circled where I searched Endoflex at the top. And I was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know the search feature is super awesome. And I mean, I found so much good stuff in this group just doing a quick search. I wouldn't even know how to summarize it for you. Go check this out. And then what I've done is I've shown her how to get the information. I've shown her like a tip of the iceberg of what it is, but I've also shown her how to do it next time. But I also didn't dismiss her, right? I was like, there's so much I couldn't even summarize it. Go check it out, right? And so this is just one way of many ways that you guys are going to learn to take big concepts, bring them down into something bite-sized for people, and help people get solutions and get answers to things. The compensation plan is something that is a stopping point for some people. They're like, if I don't fully understand how this works, I can't do the business. Many of you, I don't even know how many people are on here, 100 or so of you, many of you on this call right now have been doing the business of Young Living for a while. You have been enrolling people, you have been bringing people in while not fully understanding the compensation plan. So you're able to do it. Okay, kudos to you. You're able to do it. You don't have to have a full understanding of how you get paid to get paid. Okay, you can absolutely get paid before you have full understanding of that. So I want you to be encouraged by that. Okay, that was my like pre-prep on this. All right, so let's talk about the compensation plan. So one of the things that we need to understand when it comes to Young Living and that we need to be excited about is that there are a couple of different ways that we get paid. I like to put them into categories so that as we're thinking through the different pieces, and you'll notice, as if you know a ton about the comp plan, that these actually layer in terms of when they become relevant for you as well, okay? So the first one, we're going to call referral, okay? Referral income. We are part of a company that offers a very generous, if not the most generous, referral program of any program out there. I have been, I'm an Amazon influencer, which is hilarious, but I don't think that actually means anything. What it does mean is if I send you an Amazon list and you buy something from it, I get something like 1.8% of what you purchased. Okay, that's like my like payoff for directing you to that. Okay, and that might even be high in some situations. But people do the like to know it app. They do like all sorts of other things. There are lots of referral things out there that can be very distracting for people because they're like, oh, maybe I'll make more quick money here. Just slow your roll and stick with Young Living, because the reality is Young Living pays out a generous, very generous, industry show-stopping 25% for referrals, okay? 25% payout. This is the first category of payout for Young Living. We call this, and the line item you're going to see on your check is Fast Start, okay? Fast Start, 25% of your check is paid out in Fast Start, okay? Or 25% of their PV is paid out in your check as Fast Start. So this literally means that anytime someone uses your referral link and comes to Young Living and shops with you, whether they buy a toothpaste, they buy a starter bundle, or they buy a $800 a la carte, fill the cart with oils and products and all the things, whatever it is that they put in their cart and check out with, you're going to get 25% back on that in Fast Start. That is a killer referral bonus. Let me just hot second pause and say, if we truly understood how competitive that is in the world of referral bonuses on social media, the affiliate marketing situation that people have going on, this would blow people's socks off. knock people's socks off. It would do both. It would really surprise them, okay? Because this is a hugely, hugely generous bonus. Not only does it pay out on their first order when they set up their account, but it pays off for 3 months. So if they, in fact, one of my friends had this situation just recently. Somebody ordered a starter bundle of something. I don't know what she got. Actually, I think she a la carte a couple of things. And then the next day she was like, oh my gosh, I was like on the website and I saw these other things. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, why didn't I buy those? And so she hopped on and she placed another large order. And then just a few days later, she hopped on and placed another order. Like, I don't even think she'd gotten her first one yet. She was just that excited by the things that she'd seen. The cool thing is my friend is going to make 25% of all of those purchases, because for 3 months, the first 3 months that their account is active, they are going to get this payoff. They are going to get paid on this bonus. Okay, so most affiliates, just for comparative in the marketplace, most affiliates is Bridget, I'll explain that in just a second. Most affiliates work the first time you click their link and only the first time you click their link. Meaning, if you click my Amazon link and you go to Amazon, I've got stuff like gardening and all this stuff on there, and you go shop on my garden list. If you click that link, but you don't check out and you go away and you come back the next day and you check out with that cart, it doesn't necessarily connect to me. There is an expiration time frame during which my link works. In fact, there are some companies out there that are now exploring allowing affiliate links only work for even hours for their people. Like, this link that you can make, you can share on social media and you'll make 10% on it, but it's only going to work for 6 hours. This is just another way for us to understand that this is extraordinarily competitive, even if that is the only aspect of our compensation plan anyone is interested in. Okay, this is huge. All right, but we're not done, because there's a little bit more on referral links and referral payout. There is also a $25 bonus that pays out when that first order is a starter bundle. Okay. Now, for those of you who've been around for a long time, or even now, because you might have heard this terminology sort of refreshed, for a long time, it was like, sell a starter bundle, get $50, sell a starter bundle, get $50. And nobody really understood where the $50 was coming from. That was a very common thing that we just said, get $50 when you sell a starter kit. That is still true. However, this is where it comes from, because starter bundles, so a starter bundle to be particular, a starter bundle is going to be, let's say it's the oils bundle. It's $165 and it's 100 PV. Okay, remember, we're always paid out based on the PV of someone's order. So if somebody grabs this particular starter bundle as their first order, I'm going to get 2 things from it. I'm going to get the bundle bonus. This $25 is eligible on starter bundles. There's a list of, I think, 9 of them this is eligible on. So I'm going to get the $25 starter bundle bonus. We'll call it the BB, the bundle bonus. And then I'm also going to get 25% payouts off of this PV because of Fast Start. Okay, so that's going to be 25, and that's the Fast Start bonus. Okay, and that is going to get me my $50 on that starter bundle. The fun thing of this is just to layer it in for your understanding. If somebody grabs a starter bundle plus, so they grab a starter bundle and then they're like, oh, I also want that thieves cleaner. Or they grab a starter bundle and they're like, oh, give me that Super B and Sulfurzyme you're always talking about. Let me grab those too. Those things, they're not, I mean, you get the bundle once because they got one starter bundle, but you get the $25 Fast Start on those products as well. Okay, so in that particular situation, since it was a bundle plus, you would get the $50 from the bundle PV plus the 25% of their extra PV. So you're going to actually get more than $50 on that particular purchase. And this is how referrals work. The starter bundle bonus is month 1 only, so that doesn't go through month 2 and month 3 and that sort of thing. Fast Start is always dependent. The 25%, remember, this is not a $25 bonus, it's a 25% bonus. So if there are any discounts on starter bundles or discounted PV or that sort of thing, the 25% will only come off of what that total PV is. So just track with me on that, that if we have a 10% off the starter bundle discount, the bundle bonus would still be the $25, but the PV of that particular bonus is reduced by 10%, which means this is going to actually tip down. It's like it's going to be $1 or $2 less. It's not going to be a ton less, but it'll tip down just a little bit on there. So you'll see a slight adjustment for that. Okay, that's referrals. Okay, that is the first way that we are paid from Young Living, is with referrals. And honestly, when people are getting started with Young Living and beginning their brand partnership, I really don't think they need to know anything more than that. I think referrals are where you want them to run. Anything beyond that is noise and confusion. And I'm just not a huge fan of overcomplicating things beyond that. Okay, so referrals are what I love to talk about, because quite frankly, the best thing you can do is help somebody make $100 their first month. That's super easy to do through referrals by selling 2 starter bundles, because they'll get the fast start and the kit bonus for $50 and the fast start and the kit bonus for $50. They make $100. That's easily duplicable. They can continue to do that month after month. They can do that 5 times each month, whatever. But helping them with that is always going to be the most effective as step number 1. Okay. Now, number 2 is what I call placement. Okay. I'm not talking about the placement program. That's not what I mean by this. I mean the placement of someone within your organization. Okay. So we are paid bonuses, the fast start and the starter kit bonus on those people in the beginning. And that is always going to take place in referrals. Also, by the way, I am seeing a ton of questions coming through here. Y'all hold off on trying to answer them all in the questions in the comments for me, because anybody seeing this recording is not going to see the answers to those. And so I'm happy to go through questions and just, but if you want to hold your questions until I'm a little bit further through, that way I'm not having to scroll up through all of that to get to those. So we have anybody who comes in their first 3 months, we have referral bonuses that we get paid on those. But what happens after the first 3 months? Well, you don't continue to get the referral bonuses on those. I don't know of any program that just continues to pay you all those bonuses forever and ever. Amen. After a while, you're going to get paid out on placement. Now, this is where if you're a brand partner and you have a team, but you did not actively enroll someone recently, you may still be earning a check based on prior work and placement in your organization. Now, when you bring someone in, let me clarify this too ahead of time. In 2 weeks, next week, Lori Bory is going to be leading this call. I'll be here with her, but she's going to be the one talking to you guys about enrolling magic. I will be back the week after, and on that call, I will specifically lean into team structure and some of those kind of questions. So this call, we're just going to talk about the numbers. We'll talk a little bit about strategy more so in that next call. So if you're bringing me questions for that, I'm not going to answer them right now. But I do want you to just be thinking through some of this in regards to placement. So when I begin as a brand partner, with Young Living, I always tell my team, you're building a family tree is what you're building. Just imagine you've got children level and grandchildren level and great-grandchildren level, and you want your family tree. It's always going to be wider at the bottom. This is where people get this visual of a pyramid, but I won't even get into how this is not a pyramid thing. Like that's an actual illegal thing where no goods are transpired between people. That's not what this is. It does make a triangle shape though, okay? Because you're building a family tree. If I look at my grandma and I look at her family tree, I'm not going to call it a pyramid scheme. It's a tree, okay? That's what we're going to talk about it. So when I get started and I begin telling people about Young Living, I am just simply enrolling people into Young Living and bringing them into product. And I'm super excited about doing that, right? And every month as I'm bringing in people, I'm super excited about doing that. Placement with Young Living has to do with the level where they are in your downline, okay? Level meaning this is me. All of these people who are at the child level to me are, and just track with me and this will make sense. All the people at the child level to me are on my level number 1, okay? If this person right here is like, I want to be a brand partner, and they start enrolling people, then this is my level 1, Y'all see that? Yep. This is my level 2. So if this person decides to be a brand partner and they start enrolling people, this is all my level 2 right here. This is going to be my level 3, and so on. And this is where that family tree begins to spread downward, and we count down in levels. Okay, it's kind of like elevator floors, except we're going down underground, going level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Okay. Now this explosion happens all over the place because people want to share product with people, and it's just a natural thing that's going to happen on your team. Obviously, it's something you're going to want to encourage and foster and explain and teach a class and like all of these things as well. But just in and of itself, this is how those levels begin to get created. There are other ways that levels can be created. This I will go in more details on in 2 weeks, but that is when you strategically structure someone on your team. For example, if this person right here, I'll give you an example from my team, okay? If this person right here, who is a brand partner, is my mom, and then this person right here comes in, and this is my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, rather than having my mom and my sister-in-law both sitting on my level 1, because I mean, I know sure well she's going to begin sharing with people. What I actually want to do is strategically place my sister-in-law under my mom so that when she begins to share with other people, like people are together, that we call this circles when I teach this. And again, I will talk more about this in 2 weeks. I have a family leg on my team, and my mom is there and my sister-in-law is there. And then I've got a cousin under my sister-in-law, and I've got other cousins' places. And so if my aunt enrolls, I'm not going to put her over, I'm not going to leave her out here on my first level, and I'm not going to put her under my college roommate. Like, I'm going to keep her with the family community. This is just strategically structuring your team. I'm not going to get into how to do that, but what you're doing here is having people at different levels. Levels have a percentage payout forever and ever, amen. Okay. Forever and ever, amen. You're going to get paid 8% on your level 1, 5% on your level 2. No, yes. And then I'm second guessing myself. 4% on your levels 3, 4, and 5. Okay. I call this the 85444. This is just simply the way that you get paid out going 5 levels deep. For most people, by the time you get beyond 5 levels, you're looking at some upper ranks, and there are additional bonuses that pay out. We'll get into that in a second. But for raw placement, after your referrals are done, you get paid on where they are in your organization. Based on where somebody falls in your organization, you're going to get a certain percentage of payout on that income, on that PV that's at that particular level. So everyone at level 1 totals up, and you get 8% of that. Everyone at level 2 totals up, and you get 5% of that. Just like you would see here, especially if I keep this going, and then this is here, and then this is here, and then this is here, and then this is here. The lower levels actually become more wide and tend to have far more people in volume in them. So while you get a bigger percent at that 8% level, you paid 4% on 2, 3, 4, or 5 times as many people as your team begins to grow out that way, as you begin to duplicate and get people sharing and telling others about that. All right, so we have referral and we have placement. And then the last, let's get this all erased. It's not gonna be clean. The last way that we get paid is by leadership. And I am not going to break this one down in huge detail, because this is where many of you are going to get distracted and confused and overwhelmed as you're trying to build your teams versus seeing this as a later point of your business. The ranks with Young Living are associate, star, senior star, executive, and then we get into the leadership ranks of silver, gold, and platinum. I'm not saying you're not a leader until you're a silver. I'm just saying that's where these leadership bonuses begin to play out. Starting at the rank of silver, you earn an additional percentage on your entire team. As you then have people pop out as silvers under you, maybe you hit silver and then my mom hits silver, I will earn a percentage on her team as well. That is the leadership bonuses. that's called generation leaderships, because those silvers, golds, and platinums that you begin, actually you pop them out of your downline, they rank up within your downline. As that happens, they create what's called a generation. It's just a technical term that's used to determine what that volume and how that volume summarizes up. But that generation leadership bonus also goes on your paycheck. Once you hit the rank of diamond and above, there are diamond bonuses that go on your paycheck. So all of this continues to pay out the whole way through your entire career with Young Living. I'm a Royal Crown Diamond. I still make all 3 of these every month. I'm referring people in. Maybe last month's referral is placing another order this month, so I'm getting that second month of their fast start bonus. That's always going to be a line item on my check. The placement bonus, of course, I'm always going to have people in my levels that are in my team. I'm going to get paid out on those people. And then based on the silvers, golds, platinums, and above on my team, there will be additional generation bonuses. You want to work towards that. I will tell you, quite frankly, and I actually broke this down recently at an event that I was teaching. Y'all need to come to Believe. That's my event that I'm hosting next month in Knoxville. Y'all need to be there. I broke this down in January at that event when I did it at that time, that the vast majority of my paycheck, and I don't remember the percentage, but it was something like 80% of my paycheck comes from this level. Because as you grow and your team grows in size, these bonuses become ginormous. And so these are definitely still present. You're absolutely still making this, but this just continues to grow until that percentage eclipses so much of the other bonuses. So, so keep that in mind as you're growing. There are 3 ways that you get paid. We can call these technical terms like fast start and starter kit bonuses. And this is placement. The 85444 is actually called unilevel because it pays you by the level of your teams. I call it placement. It just makes more sense to me. Where are they placed on your team? Are they on your level 2? Are they on your level 5? Where are they placed on your team? That's going to determine the percentage that you're going to make on that person. And then leadership bonuses are that next tier. Leadership bonuses, I will tell you, one of the reasons I'm not diagramming that out is because there is some complexity to that. I love to teach it, and y'all might be able to twist my arm into coming back and really digging into leadership bonuses, because I find it incredibly fascinating the way that it multiplies and creates this massive movement of income for you. But I don't want you to get hung up on it. The goal is to get there and to earn the extra percentages on your team. But I don't want you distracted by that as you're growing from star to senior star and senior star to executive and in those ranks. Okay. All right. Let me make my screen where I can see things. So I can see your comments here. And if you guys have any questions, I'm kind of scrolling up to see what kind of questions that you have. I do want to know, did this help clear up a lot of it? Do you feel like you're making bonuses and compensation plan more complicated than it is? Do you feel like that's something that you guys are adding in? I think the simplification of understanding referrals, and again, as I've said many times, understanding how incredibly lucrative that referrals level is, that is huge. I mean, if you have people on your team who are chasing Amazon link things, who are you know, like, hey, this sweatshirt's real cool, go buy it. And I mean, I know that there are people who that's literally their business, is that they do Amazon, but you also know what I'm talking about. People who are just casually sharing links here and there. That's where I feel like if they really understood the power of these numbers, this would be way, way, way more effective. Okay, I'm just skimming through here to see questions. I've answered some of these. Someone asked, can we build under a customer as the sponsor who's just a customer but not a brand partner? Yes, you absolutely can. You absolutely can. When it comes to ranking up and going up into the other ranks of Young Living, moving from star to senior star and senior star to executive and on, you will need to have a brand partner in the position at the top of that leg. Here's what I tell, and so I'll sketch this out. I don't want to get too much into rank stuff. Happy to come back and do that for you guys too, if that would be helpful. But for example, if this is you and you are helping people build teams, you're encouraging them, they're building a team, you're hosting classes, you're doing all these things together, and they are growing in volume. To be a star, you need 500 OGV, that's your overall group volume. The entire team, including you, needs to be at 500. To be a senior star, you need 2,000 OGV. That means you and your entire overall team need to be at 2,000 in volume, added up nice and neat together. To be an executive, you need 4,000 OGV and 2 legs at 1,000. What that means is that this person right here and this person right here need to be brand partners with 100 CV. I have not dug into CV. Are you guys wanting me to go into that? You may be confused by CV. I'm going to tell you how incredibly easy CV is. Can I make it the simplest part of the compensation plan so people can quit getting upset about CV? I feel like there's so much confusion over that. CV, customer volume. Let me back up and say this. If you have been building a Young Living business for over a year and you are, okay, I'm going to back up again. This is a life lesson for y'all for just a quick second. I was in the car the other day with my kids and my son says to me, "Mommy, it feels like everybody drives a Jeep." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "My husband has a Jeep and they love to go ride around and, you know, with the top of the Jeep off and just have fun." He was like, "Yeah, it feels like everybody drives a Jeep." And I was like, "I mean, I don't drive a Jeep." So I was like, "What are you talking about?" And so we're looking around. I was like, "How many Jeeps do you see?" And he was like, "Well, there's one there and there's one there and there's one and there's one coming around the corner and there's one there." And sure enough, we started counting Jeeps and we saw tons of Jeeps. And so, I mean, you know, I'm like business leader / mom. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Like everything becomes a life lesson, right? And so, you know, we're counting Jeeps and we're looking around. And I was like, guys, this is like that. This is a life example right here. If you're looking for Jeeps, you're going to find Jeeps. But I mean, Mommy drives a Toyota. And if we had walked into this morning and you'd been like, "Mommy, everybody drives a Toyota," we would have felt the same way by seeing Toyotas everywhere because they're also everywhere. When you have something on your mind and you look out for evidence of that thing, you will find evidence for it. And sometimes we need to make sure that we are intentionally looking for evidence for the right thing, because we can look at the world around us and find evidence for whatever we want. So I say that because about a year and a month ago, the compensation plan for Young Living changed. And there were people who felt like it was massive organizational upheaval level changes. And then there were people like me who were like, not that much different. There's a little bit that changed, but it's not a whole lot. I just need to rework 1 or 2 things. And this totally makes sense. Here's the deal. Those of you who felt like there were massive, monumental changes to the compensation plan absolutely found the evidence for that. You have felt confused. You have felt like you didn't understand what was happening. You have felt like everything was different. You felt like everything changed. But when I've talked to people and been like, no, it didn't change that much. We have customers and brand partners. We kind of always had that. We just always brought people in as a brand partner distributor. And now we're just not calling them that from the start. Didn't change a whole lot. CV, okay, whatever. So your volume and your customer, I'll explain in a second. You know, this actually wasn't a huge monumental change. What if you just looked at it like this? All the ranks stayed the same. All of these payouts stayed the same. Like there was very little change that actually occurred. If you were of the mindset that this isn't very different, then you went out and found evidence for that and you were at peace in your business because not that much changed. But if you were of the mindset that everything was different, it's everything, it's an upheaval, throw away all your old books, everything's different, then I promise you, for you, everything was different because you were looking at it through that lens. And so I really like, it's funny for me to teach comp plan. I've had a lot of people ask me to do it since things changed. So I'm like, I don't understand. Like 99% of what we used to teach still applies. There's a few things in terminology. I've said the word brand partner on this call maybe 5 times, just, you know, as evidence for like, it wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't talk about customers and brand partners. I'm just showing you what it is, right? So I just want to encourage you just a moment of like putting my little coach hat on and say, what you're searching for in evidence, you will find and reinforce your belief. If you think everything is different, you're right. It is. because you're going to keep finding that evidence. Okay. Okay. So that said, oh my gosh, I got to look through these comments. I feel like I'm saying things and then you guys are commenting. All right. I don't want to miss anything. I'm scrolling down. I'm so sorry. All right. Let me explain CV. I told you I would explain CV, right? Let me explain that. I do want you to recognize that I did explain the whole compensation plan in about 12 minutes. Okay. Everything you needed to know. Now, is there more to it? Yes. Did you need to know it? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, so let's talk about CV, because CV is probably the primary thing that changed. I don't know why this is blowing everybody's minds because it's not a huge change. And I don't say that to minimize it, because if you felt that it was big for you, it was, right? That's what I just said. If you felt it was big, you found all the evidence for that, and it was huge. I just want to encourage you that let's rewrite that scenario and let's find new evidence. So if this is me, I'm a brand partner. We're going to let the X's be our brand partners. We're going to let the open circles be our customers. Let's just use that as some language here. That's our, I'm not going to draw a legend to the side of my map here, but we're going to pretend that, okay? So let's say you're like on an enrolling kick, okay? And you've got this customer, you've got all these customers, okay? Let me explain why CV came into play, and then I'll explain how it operates. So CV, which stands for customer volume, came into play so that our brand new builders who are just getting started could feel like they could share oils without having to pay out. They're getting product. It's not like they're just spending money, like they're buying product, but without that piece of it being necessary for them to earn income. Because at some, if you have only enrolled one person and all they did was buy a little bit of product and your paycheck isn't going to be $100, you might not feel like you want to spend $100 in order to earn 17, right? So they were trying to come up with some ways that also aligned with the direction for the FTC. And the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, does not want people earning checks. They don't want people earning checks for business they didn't do, but they also don't want people being forced to spend money to earn a smaller check than the money they're required to put in, if that makes sense. So it was designed to solve this problem, and it does. And so if this is your brand new brand partner and they have enrolled 5 friends this month, well, we know if they've enrolled 5 people with starter bundles, then we know because of the 25% fast start bonus and the $25 starter kit bonus, this is a 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 right here, right? So they've earned $250 off of these people right here. The cool thing is, let's say these are all customers, and we'll just say they're 100 here, right? Now, I do love that CV allows for our new brand partners to not have to purchase product to necessarily get paid for those first few starter kits that they're selling. But I do feel like it is very important for people to engage with our product on a regular basis so they can authentically sell something to their friends. It would be bizarre for me for somebody to build a business and like never buy product and somehow think that they're authentic. Like, that'd be weird. I would have trouble working with a brand partner who was like, no, I'm never going to buy any product. I'm just going to keep selling it and telling people I love it. And I'd be like, but you haven't bought any. Like, that's weird. You don't even have lavender in your house, So I do think those inauthenticity issues will take care of themselves. But so this person right here has 500 in overall group volume before they've even placed an order for the month. Customer volume equals U plus first level customers. That's that one. First level customers. Okay. So customer volume is your personal volume plus your first level, your frontline customer volume. Okay. So this right here would be 500. They already have 500. They're going to get paid out. You only need 100 CV to get paid. They're going to get paid no problem on this. If we had a situation that looked a little bit differently, let's say they did a class on hormones. And in their class on hormones, it didn't necessarily lead people right into a starter bundle. And so instead, they have all these people at their class that are just kind of a la carte grabbing some products. Some people are going to place a larger order. Some people are going to grab 1 bottle of Progestins Plus, whatever that might be. You're going to have this kind of a la carte situation. So let's say it looks like this. This person spends 25. This person spends 75. Then we have 25, 25, Okay. The total that we're going to have here is going to be 175 OGV. This person still is going to have plenty of volume in place because their U, even though their U is 0, their first level customer volume is 175. They're going to get a check. Okay. They will get paid this month. But what's interesting is, let's say at this same class, there are a couple of people there who order product, but they're like, oh, I want to tell people about this. I want to be a brand partner. And so our friend Little Miss 75 right here decides to become a brand partner. And so does this one right here. Okay. So now we have you, and we have a customer over here on your first level, brand partner, a customer, and a customer. Now your volume currently is 0. You have 25, 25, and 25 in frontline customer volume. That's 75 total. Because in this scenario, there's only 75 PV happening. This person is not going to get a check. Okay, they do not have 100 in customer volume. They can, however, make up the difference, and all they would need to do is spend 25 PV to get paid, because at that point, this would all add up to 100 and they would be eligible to get paid. I think that explains it. If you have a direct question about that, drop it in the comments. Are growing rapidly, so I'm going to keep scrolling and see what I can find. I hope it's like, oh, this makes sense. Let's see. Or it's going to be like, this is chaos. I have no idea what this is about to say. Okay. 100 CV. Got it. Agree. Okay. All right. Heather asked, just to be 100% clear, customers cannot earn a referral bonus unless they become a brand partner. That is correct. Customers cannot earn a check. They have not opted in to policies and procedures. They've not agreed to that. They are not eligible to earn a check. If a customer decides that they would want to earn a check, then they would actually need to upgrade their account to brand partner, which does cost $29, but it's a one-time fee. Listen, I know there are a ton of network marketing companies out there where that fee to upgrade is like $300. 29 bucks to me is super reasonable. It also helps us then identify who on our team wants to play the game, right? So it's awesome to be able to see, oh my gosh, and you can check this in your reports in the VO. And if you don't believe me, go check them now. Well, don't check them right now. Check them in like 10 minutes. Because the reporting feature in the virtual office, when you're in your downline viewer, go up to the top, drop down, and go to, it'll say downline, click that and go to reports. There's an enroller report, there's a new customer report, there's new with reactivations, and there's also new to brand partner report where you can see people who are new brand partners. And that's cool. So let's play this out with a customer. Let's say you do a class for a friend who is a customer, and they're a customer right here, and this is their situation. They have 5 friends come to class who would like to get some product. What I typically, so let's say these are customers because they're not likely to be upgrading to a brand partner right then, right? So in this particular situation, with 175 in customer volume under our customer, currently our customer is not going to make any money because they're a customer. They're not a brand partner. They're not going to make any money. However, it is $29 to get the business essentials kit for them to upgrade to brand partner. And so I usually, here's a suggestion for doing a class like this. I would tell them, hey, I am totally happy to help get your friends enrolled. And here is maybe a hostess gift for every $100 that is purchased at your party. I'm going to give you this much in product. And then in that particular situation, if they're like, sweet, I just want the free product, I don't want them, like, I'm not interested in anything else, then I would probably facilitate these enrollments myself. And I would still structure them under my friend in case she ever decides she wants to do the business of Young Living. But I would just manage the enrollment myself and then give her a gift as that bonus. Okay. Everybody's gonna have a different approach to this. So if you're like, that's not how I would do it, great, I love that. We get to do it how we want to do it. As long as we're within policies and procedures, we all get to operate differently. So that's fine. The other thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to say, or you can upgrade your account to be a brand partner. And anytime you share with people, you're going to earn a referral bonus of 25%. And in fact, today you would have earned almost $50. Like this is like a $45 party for you. You upgrade once for $29, and you're going to be eligible for this. And you know what? If you decide to do that, I'm going to give you that bottle of use cleaner anyway, and maybe give them a little hostess gift anyway. The idea being we want people to earn a check so that they'll continue to share, right? That's always going to be more beneficial. But I'm also here for referrals. And if that's what this turns into in a scenario like this, that's okay as well. But this $29 brand partner kit would be enough to unlock her. She wouldn't even have to put an order in this month, right? Because she would have the CV there that all she has to do is put in that 29 to get paid that month. Oh my gosh, the comments are just like pouring out. Okay, I think I explained this. If there are brand partners on your first level, they don't count towards CV, correct? CV is you and your customers, first level customer volume. Top of the leg, we talked about that. They need to be a brand partner. You can build under a customer. Okay, I mean, I have answered a lot of these, so I am super glad to hear this. CV does not roll up. I did see that question on here. So if this is me, let me just hold on. Let me just start over on this. I feel like we're getting into a little bit of the minutia here, but I feel like y'all probably want a little bit of minutia. So I'm gonna give you some minutia on some of this. If I'm a brand partner, let's say I'm a brand new brand partner, right? And I'm just getting started. And so I have a customer here and a customer here, and this customer does 80 this month. I don't have a plan to put an order in. And this customer doesn't have any PV, okay? I'm just gonna put a line through there. But this customer right here has brought in, this person bought a bottle of lavender and this person bought, I don't know, something else. The question that somebody asked in the comments, about 100 comments ago, is, so if I'm here and this is my first level customer, actually, let's do this. Let's say this is my 80 and this person is a 0 right here. Our question was, so let's say we have some first level customer volume and there's not any here, but there is some here. Does this roll up and become level 1 customer volume? No, it does not. Customer volume does not compress. I am not going to get into compression on this call, just FYI for those of you who just went, oh, right, and like started to write your comments. I'm not going to get into that tonight or today. This is level 2 customers, period. They do not count in level 1 volume. They do not count in level 1 customer volume, I should say. Will they compress up in the rules of compression, and will they count towards unilevel? The answer to that would be yes, but I'm not getting into that either. So no, customer volume does not roll up. It is either present in level 1 or it is not present in level 1 for that. Okay. Oh, did I just get to the end of the comments? Oh, sweet Moses, I think I did. Somebody said, I see people encouraging customers to sign up for a free account, but they don't order anything. Does the fast start bonus, and you'll probably see this, some people do this, does the fast start bonus and 25% begin with their first 3 orders no matter when they start ordering? No. In fact, if you'll remember, I talked about my friend, I think it's on this call, who had a friend that put in 3 orders in 1 week. That's all considered within month 1. And so that would be month 1 of Fast Start. Fast Start is the first 3 calendar months your account is open. Does not matter if you've made a purchase or not. So if somebody opens an account in January and they do not make a purchase until July, you've missed your Fast Start window, because that would have been January, February, March. If they enroll January 31st, January is still month 1, February is month 2, March is month 3. It would be virtually impossible for them to track that by day of the month. Like that would be bananas for anyone to ever even understand what they're getting paid on somebody. So it is whole calendar month at a time. Months 1, 2, and 3 are those Fast Start months. Hard stop. It does not go past that. Okay, I think I got to the bottom. If that person has not become a brand partner, but has someone signed up as a friend, then the new person's PV counts towards CV. Nicole, I'm not tracking that. That felt like one of those brain bender math problems. Yeah. Tell me what the question is.
Okay. So I had somebody sign up somebody, they had 311 PV this month, but my level 1 person who signed that person up ordered a 0 and is not a brand partner. So that 311.
The bonus does not roll up. Bonuses never roll up. I'll explain.
CV. Doesn't that CV roll up to be
mine? Because she's level 2. She's level, it's this exact scenario. Your level 1 did not place an order.
Okay, absolutely. In the computer VO, it added it in. It added in that 311. It's exactly.
Sure, you're not talking about OGV? It would have been your OGV, yeah. OGV. But it's not going to be in your. It's not going to be in like. Did you get like? Are you eligible to get paid this month? Because you have customer volume. No. But OGV, yeah, OGV on your level 50 is going to be in your total OGV. That's your overall group volume. It also, in the downline viewer, what you probably saw and got a little bit confused around is that OGV. I don't have anything for you today. Thanks.
It needs to be 1,000. That 1,000 OGV that's need.
PGV.
Oh, okay, that's PGV. So that second person, like in the level 2. That would level up to my OGV to get my 1,000 to qualify.
PGV totals just like OGV does. Yes. Okay. PGV totals just like OGV does. Yeah.
Thank you.
So so that rolled up it did that correctly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Anybody else? Who gets the commission in the case Nicole's talking about? Oh, I was starting to say bonuses do not roll up. Okay, so for example, if this person right here, if this customer enrolls these people and they are not a brand partner, bonuses don't roll up. They've never rolled up. There's never in Young Living been a situation where I get someone else's enrollment bonus. That doesn't happen. Now, here's what does exist. I did not mention this in the referral piece, but it is part of that. If this is me, and this is my friend Jenny right here, and I enrolled Jenny, and then Jenny enrolled these 2 people. So Jenny will get, if she's eligible to get paid out on this month, she will get 25% on them, right? That's referral. We talked about that from the very beginning. That's your 25% is your fast start bonus. As Jenny's enroller, there is a second level bonus. I actually get 10% on her. This is where duplication becomes such a powerful thing. And it's also something that if you're not careful, you can get short-sighted in. I mean, if I had enrolled these people, I'd get 25% on them. That's more than 10%. But me helping Jenny host a party or class or workshop or whatever you want to call it, and Jenny enrolling her friends, and Jenny seeing the power of that duplication. Yes, Jenny only gets 25% if she's a brand partner. I'm just talking about the larger issue here. Me helping Jenny get a little bit of a paycheck is always going to cause more duplication in my team than me just saying, everybody send me your referrals. Just send me your referrals and I'll enroll them all and take care of them. Just send me your referrals. Now, I want referrals all day long, but more than anything, I want people to actually be helping their friends get started so that they get that first taste of Young Living and that first check from them. So, okay, any other questions? Customers, I'm going to say this again. This is the question Leslie just asked. Customers can enroll someone. They cannot earn income. So they can absolutely refer people to Young Living. Sure. I mean, we do that all the time, right? Like I send people to, I tell people to go buy this brand of kombucha. I don't know. I love expo markers. I don't know. Like I send people to go buy stuff all the time. I don't expect to get paid for it. Customers can absolutely send people to Young Living using their referral number even. They just can't get paid for it because they are not a brand partner. That is a legal thing. That is like Federal Trade Commission legal rule. That's not a Young Living rule. So would I ever give a credit to the brand partner as a hostess gift? Oh, you're talking about for the business essentials kit. I might offer an account credit to somebody for something that they've done. I don't know that I'm going to specify it's for them to get that kit. I don't know what policies and procedures says about that, so I'm not going to make a statement either way on that. All right, this recording is going to be saved for you guys. If you're on my text list,
Okay. Okay, Danette, are we there?
Yes. That was great. How many of you enjoyed that? That was pre-recorded, and so we have in the chat the link for her Believe event coming up this weekend, as well as the links on being able to see recorded health talks as well as business talks for the last 12 months, you guys. In September we started beginning last year, so it's been 12 months of these recordings for you guys to use, to send to your friends, however you want to use them, to glean information and education to use products in your own home. So we're so excited to have you guys with us tonight. Thank you. We'll see you here next week, and I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks. Good night.